And thanks for joining us for another edition of Weekend Winners. We go Albion Park racing this Saturday night. Huge program, 12 races, several APG Gold Bullion Finals for the 2-year-olds and the 3-year-olds. We've got two leading drivers about to join us. I'm going to speak with Grant Dixon and Shane Graham. APG race night at Albion Park this Saturday night, 12 race program. Grant Dixon's jumping in the hot seat to go through his book of drives to talk about a lot of horses, and he's in the hot seat with us now. Grant, appreciate the time.
No worries, Chris.
Crunch time, race 1. It's a good pickup drive, but it's a tough race, and he's got that bad draw.
Yeah, it will be hard from the draw. Obviously, he's an on-pace runner, but hopefully if they run the race a bit upside down, it might suit him.
We've seen plenty of crunch time here in Queensland previously. Recent form looks okay. He was down the line last time out at Wagga. But just looking at how this race potentially could set up, there looks like there's going to be a lot of pressure. So that might help you. Yeah,
well, that'll be our only shot if they do run it that way, and might bring him into the race.
They're very even at the moment, these free-for-alls, aren't they? And draw dependent.
Oh, very much so. I think the free-for-all ranks has got quite a lot of depth there, and yeah, like you say, just draw dependent. And if something a bit silly happens early, it does bring a back one into it. But yeah, you sort of look at the draw sometimes. You sort of feel you can pick the winner.
With crunch time being a little bit sketchy at the start, he's done that previously. Do you sort of go in with a certain mindset, or do you just let him sort of dictate and you just get that feel for him?
Well, I'll just be guided by what Ricky tells me to do, and how far, how hard he probably wants him to be driven, and probably, tempo of the race.
Okay. Race 2, pickup drive here. Bella Ball Terror fresh up, now prepared by Keith and Melissa Gillies. He trialled okay last week, wasn't far behind them, and Barrier won at Albion Park on a Saturday night at the mile. It's a big plus. So do you give him a shot?
Oh, look, he's, like you say, in a good draw there, and hopefully we can hold up a reasonable forward per spot. He should finish in the top 3, I think.
Yeah, just looking at that front row, it looks to be loaded with pace. Mosem Down, quick Paravani, quick Squires, quick Lombo Heavens at go forward horse, and Franco Hampton. I know he's fresh up, but if they want, they could easily go forward, so there might be some early pressure.
Yeah, just, long first don't get shuffled too far back along the fence.
All right, well, that's Bella Bull Terror there in race 2. Race 4, the stable producing Jasper here. This mare's in terrific form. She's a high-quality mare. Will this be her final start before Sydney? Is that the plan at this stage?
Yeah, that's the plan. We just wanted to give her one last hit out so that we can sort of probably give her an easy week leading into that race. And yeah, let's hope we can, she has a good run Saturday night. She's been in good form, and hopefully she can hold the top and sort of go down to Sydney full of confidence.
Okay. Are you happy with the way she's returned? Because the form says yes.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, she's been, touch wood so far, nice and healthy, and, the races have panned out all right for her. She's sort of, the grades are starting to catch up with her fairly quick, but, happy with her so far.
All right. Well, that's Jasper there in race number 4. Race 5, captain's pick for your stable. He's got a tricky draw, or potentially tricky draw, gate 5. This is a hot final, this field.
Oh, yeah, very, very hard race. A lot of quality horses there with, quite particular talents. And, yeah, he's going to probably struggle a bit. I think we've just got to try and dive in a spot somewhere and see if we can, hopefully run in the top 4. But, yeah, he's not a winning hope, but, maybe a top 4 hope.
The draw doesn't make it tough because you've got a heap of speed to your inside and you've got pace to your outside as well.
Yeah, we're going to have our work cut out, but he's a neat enough little horse, but he needed to be real close to the fence.
He's got better with time, hasn't he, this guy?
Yeah, he has, and shortly after the side stakes, we'll tip him out and give him a good spell, and I think with he sort of grows up a bit more, that he just might turn into a reasonable Saturday night horse.
All right, well, that's captain's pick there in race number 5. That is a strong race. That's the first leg of the quaddie. Race 6, the first of our APG features. Blackjack Beth, she draws gate 1. She was 6th in the heat. How did you assess that effort first up?
It was quite okay, Chris. She's been a good improver from her educations to a trial to a first race start. I think just being down on the fence will sort of enable her to run in the top 5. Just hope I can sort of hold a reasonable forward spot with her, which I think she can, and I sort of give her a rough hope of running the 3rd or 4th.
Okay, I was going to ask about the barrier draw. It's a big plus, and then the obvious question or follow-up question: gate speed. What does she possess?
Yeah, she's got out quite okay most of the time through her education, and she only had the one trial. But yeah, I think she'll, be better than midfield. So yeah, hopefully she can finish up and get a reasonable check out of it.
All right. Is Aurora Joy the filly to beat?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Okay. Race number 7. Again, it's a strong line-up here. Darren Weeks with the 1-2 punch. Delightful Lou, Cat King Cole. You're driving Mirabelle. She's drawn the second row. She's the only runner off the second row. First up, 7th. Can she sneak a place here?
Oh, look, I don't think so, Chris. It was just this series crept up to us a bit bit quick. Yeah, she's just there, really just making the numbers up. Obviously, the week's runners will just be running 1-2. Well, what order will probably just depend a little bit in the run, but I think it'll be an interesting race between those two. But yeah, no, we're probably just hoping if we can run maybe 5th and get up a reasonable check.
Can Head Noise or Indy Jewel run a place?
Indy Jewel's probably our best chance, but she's obviously drawn the worst, so yeah, she's the best hope, Indy Jewel.
All right. Race 9, this is another APG Gold Bullion Final. You've got the drive on Stars of America again. He looks really green, this guy.
Yeah, he's a bit of a rat bag, but I think he has got, he will eventually make it once he sort of sorts his head out. But obviously, he's not just ready at the moment. But yeah, just hopefully he scores up all right and sort of improves with his manners.
All right. Let's talk about Tim's a Trooper now in the 3-year-old Colton Geldings APG Gold Bullion Final. Excellent last week. Draws ideally again. Looks his race to lose.
Yeah, on paper it does. Yeah, he went well last week, obviously, with Price's horse coming out. Made a huge difference to the race. So, yeah, hopefully all going well, we can roll to the top, but I don't think he has to lead to win. And, yeah, just as long as nothing goes wrong, he'll be right there.
We don't often see him in front, do we?
No, he hasn't. He hasn't probably had a spate of good draws either, but he has a couple, well, probably this time back, he actually has got there a few times. He did roll to the top in a derby heat, and he won his race before he went down. He does dare, look around a bit, but he concentrates when it's time to go.
Okay. So since he's been back in Brisbane, since the New South Wales Derby campaign, have you noticed much change about Tim's a Trooper?
No, he's just stayed. He's very casual. I don't like he's actually done a fair bit of travelling, but he's sort of that laid back. Nothing seems to really worry him. So I'd like to say it sparked him up, but it hasn't.
Okay. After this race on Saturday night, do you just then concentrate on the upcoming carnival?
Yeah, that's right. We might be able to sneak just a little freshen up into him, and then we'll head towards our winter carnival with him.
All right. Well, that is Tim's a Trooper there. Class to the max also in that race. Can he feature?
Yeah, I think he can. We had a bit of trouble with his feet leading up to last week, so he'll definitely strip a lot fitter. And I think I'm expecting him to run a much sharper race.
Okay, and you had Judge Juge on, so you were 1-2-3 last week in that prelude. Can you run 1-2-3 again in the final?
Oh, look, Judge has probably drawn out a bit, but we were particularly happy with his run last week. He'll need a bit of luck, and probably the one horse was probably right in the mix now that it's got the good draw.
Yeah, fair point. He was good though last week, Judge Juge. He made some ground.
Yeah, but obviously he was along the pegs, and as you know, this day and age it's so valuable.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the last of 12. So we've got you here all night on Saturday night. Regal Appointment. He was the Jim McNeil winner. He lands the inside gate here on Saturday night, but you come up against What's Up Majestic. So can you knock him off?
Oh, look, I don't think so. It looks like a bit of a class trotter. We were a little disappointed with our fella last week, but hopefully he can get up the front end and run a much sharper race. But yeah, I think if What's Up Majestic does nothing wrong, it's probably the winner, and yeah, we're probably looking at second or third. Okay,
can you pinpoint what happened there with Regal Appointment last week?
No, I really couldn't. We've had him checked out since, and nothing of note really come up. He just seemed to be flat the whole way, just not himself. So yeah, he's worked fine since, and he seems in good order. So hopefully it was just one of those days.
Okay, and just quickly, Stress Factor and Skyline, who's first up? Any expectations?
Stress Factor's been getting a little bit better each run, so I think he can run a reasonable race. And Skyline, he'll probably, since he's sort of thrown straight in the deep end and Saturday night racing, due to the program, he'll probably need a couple of runs to come to hand.
All All right, best for the Dixon stable on Saturday night. Can we circle Jasper and Tim's a trooper?
Yeah, they're definitely, yeah.
All right, excellent stuff. Really appreciate the time. We'll see you trackside on Saturday night.
No worries, Chris. Cheers.
The ever-popular Shane Graham is in the hot seat to go through his big book of drives on Saturday night. This 12-race program, APG Gold Bullion race night. Shane, appreciate the time.
No worries, Chris.
We start with a cracking free-for-all. Your drive is LL Cool J. Disappointed 2 starts ago. No two ways about it. Much sharper last time out. Did that please you?
Yeah, it was a much better performance. Redcliffe, he was just terrible, you know, like he normally goes well around here, but he was too bad to be true, really. But he was a lot like his old self last start and seemed sharp. You know, his last 600 would have been solid, so he's definitely going back to where he was.
How does this race set up on Saturday night? Because it could be potentially sticky. You've got speed to your inside, a stack of speed to your outside. How does it play out?
Yeah, that's right. You know, it's yeah, a good draw. At least we're in a little bit close. It could be worse. We could be out in 6 and 7. You know, so we'll go forward and just see where we end up. And like you said, there's plenty of speed. The one, you know, he's probably got the speed to lead if he wants. And Deus Ex, well, he's coming out like he's tied to the mobile, so I'm sure they'll be going forward. So there's plenty of speed there.
In saying that, though, have you driven LL Cool J for speed off the arm since being under the care of Vicky Rasmussen?
No, we've never asked him to come off the arm, you know, and like he does actually, you know, probably have that gate speed there, but whether we want to, you know, go down that path on Saturday night or, you know, just leave that and, you know, waiting for a bit more suitable race, but he does have gate speed, yeah.
He did lead Belrage one night, didn't he?
Yeah, he did in the 4 and 5 year old, I think, you know, and he sort of, he held him. I don't even know if Belrage really headed him off the arm, so he is quite sharp when you want him to be.
Okay, but he's a winning chance?
I think so, you know, like it's, these free-for-alls are that hard, you know, it's a lot, you know, pace orientated and that, but, you know, he's got a shot there. It all depends probably on luck in running.
All right, race 2, Rock Bottom. We saw him on the front end last week, took them all the way. Second row draw here on Saturday night. Can he go back to back?
Yeah, look, he's probably the same, you know. He's just an honest old horse, you know. He can come from back in the field, or, you know, as last week he can lead, but it all depends on, you know, the pace early, and, you know, we'll probably need a little bit of luck, but if he gets it, he'll be running home.
Okay. Last week, really good leading there, and he was used off the gate. Just looking at this front row here on Saturday night, there's going to be a stack of pace early because most, if not all, of that front line can really hum. So does that help you?
Well, I think so, you know. The only problem is sometimes those races on paper when, you know, there's a lot of speed there, unless all the drivers think they can still cross, you know, they sort of sometimes come in to the, you know, fact that they can't cross, and it ends up a bit of a fizzy, you know. So for where we're drawn, we've got to hope that, you know, they all do try and lead, and there is pace, you know, but that mightn't be the case all the times.
All right. Overall, though, has he been a surprise packet for you?
Not really. Like he, you know, he probably didn't have many starts last season down south and that, and just through how he was graded, and Wendy Turnbull and that had him in Bathurst, so it was a bit hard to get to Menangle all the time with him, but he's always been sort of a nice handy old horse, you know, racing around, but yeah, we're just sort of having a good run with him at the moment.
Sure. Race 4 for the mares here over the mile. Witch Hunt draws gate 8, the inside of the second row, but she does follow out the odds-on favourite here in Jasper. For all those punters that like playing the exotics, can you run second here?
Oh, let's hope so. We'll have the tow rope out, mate. She, you know, she's no star, but she's very honest, and, you know, she runs a usual race every week, so couldn't have got a better draw for her.
Yeah, Jasper clearly looks the horse to beat, though, doesn't she?
She does, you know. She's a classy mare, and, you know, she is racing probably, you know, as good as ever. So, yeah, if we can run second, that'll be a good result.
All right, race number 5. You team up again with What's Up Sunshine, who's chasing 4 wins on the bounce. He backs up after scoring on Tuesday. This is the final, and this is a really good final. You've got gate 7. That's not cool.
No, that's puts a bit of a dampener on things, especially with, you know, where his main danger's drawn. So, yeah, look, he's going well. There's probably no horse going better up here than him, but he's going to have to produce another good run.
Okay, Adam Crocker draws the inside. He's likely to be the favourite and the main threat. What did you think of his win last Saturday night?
Yeah, he was good, you know, like he's obviously coming back into form, and his last win was great. So, you know, from the draw and the distance, he's definitely got all the key there.
It's a good battle though, this one on Saturday night.
Yeah, that's right. You know, like bloke I'm driving, like he's racing good. You can't, you know, do much more than what he's done up here. So, you know, he's going to be in the finish. But yeah, he just would have liked the draws to be reversed.
Okay, the APG Gold Bullion Finals, race 6, number 8. Oh my gosh, she was 7th in the heat. Can she feature here?
Yeah, look, she's been. I think, you know, even Dad would admit she's been a little bit disappointing. She sort of educated quite well a few months back, but you know, just either she's not ready to go yet or what, but she's, you know, I think if she sort of went like she did sort of look like going, she could sort of run a race, but just the way she's gone at the moment, probably not.
Okay, race 7 for the 3-year-old fillies. It's all about Darren Weeks here, Delightful Lou, Cat King Cole. Your drive is Harley Blue. 3rd last week. Can she place again?
Yeah, look, she's an honest little filly. Like, I thought her run in the heat was, you know, was quite good, considering she had to sort of tough it out and sit outside of them and that. So, look, she's sort of drawn out a little bit, but, you know, like you said, Darren Weeks too, they look sort of the top ones again, but let's hope we can get a bit of luck in running and be there somewhere.
The faster they go, is that better for Harley Blue?
Yeah, it does. She's, you know, like showed in a 2-year-old term that the better races, she was always hitting the line, you know, and the races she did hit the line was the ones where they'd sort of gone pretty hard early. So, yeah, we need probably the slowest quarter to be the last, and she'll be getting home well. Okay,
race 8 for the mares again here over the mile. You've got She's Got Bling drawn out in 7. It's a tough draw.
Yeah, it is a tough draw, you know. She's one of those mares, if she draws and she's in the top 5, that's where she finishes. But from out there, she's going to need a lot of luck.
A key drive for you is race 9, horse 1, My Alderman Jacko. Had his first look at Albion Park in the heat, or the prelude. He was able to take it. Downing Rise above all. It looks a 2-horse race again, but this week you've got Barrier 1. He had 7 in the prelude last week, so he's going to take a stack of beating.
Yeah, like the, you know, we've had a bit of luck with the barrier draws there. I thought in the heat, you know, the horse he beat was probably the run of the race, and Ultimate Jacko done a good job to run him down, but you wouldn't have wanted to draw outside of him again. So luck's been there with the draws. Now we just got to try and take advantage of it.
Is the plan simple, just to try and lead all the way?
Yeah, look, I haven't spoken to Jared or Scott about it, but that would be my thoughts, you know, like probably if you're in front and he's outside of us, that gives us our best chance, I'd reckon.
Do you think Rise Above All has any chance of overpowering you in this final?
Look, he's an improving horse. You know, like each start, you know, he's done it the tough way and really fought it out. So, oh, for sure, you know, like if he keeps improving in that, he's going to be hard to beat. And you never know in these races, you know, something always seems to cause an upset or happens.
Yeah, it's a pickup drive for you, because if Nathan Dawson wasn't suspended, he'd be more than likely driving this guy, wouldn't he?
Yeah, that's right, you know. Bad luck for sort of Nathan there, and you know, but good luck for me, really.
Yeah, well, you've got to convert now. Drawn the ace. He's going to be the favourite, no doubt about it. Race 10, 3-year-old Colts and Geldings final. This race will be dominated by Tim's a Trooper, pushing it uphill. A place hope?
Yeah, look, I thought he was quite good in the heat. You know, it's sort of... he sort of run 4th and he done well. He had a soft trip, you know, but yeah, he's probably, you know, that minor end again if he gets the right run.
Do you think by the end of this year, just looking long term, he'll knock up winning a few races, this horse?
Yeah, I think so. He's a very sort of big and, you know, he's underdeveloped, like he's still got to fill out a lot, and the breed and the family all get better with age, and you know, I think he's done quite a good job for what he's done so far. So you know, I reckon by the end of the season, next season, you'll see the best of him.
All right, the last of a big night on Saturday night, the PSP Trot, and you're driving the likely favourite here. What's Up Majestic? He blew to pieces last week. What happened?
Yeah, he just stood on a shoe there just at the quarter pole and yeah, just blundered. So hopefully that's all it was, and yeah, hopefully we're right this week. All
right, 2 starts ago, he looks super impressive, winning the hour over and over marathon. That was a stand. He's back to the stand here on Saturday night. So as long as he gets away, he should be able to handle this field.
Yeah, well, you'd like to hope so. He, you know, that was his first stand in the marathon in, you know, a year or two, and he did step away quite well. So you'd imagine he would have got benefit from that. So yeah, as long as you trot and do everything right, he should be there.
So that gave you confidence, the way he got away from the tapes that day?
Yeah, it did. You know, I sort of leading into it, I was sort of 50-50 thinking how he would, but no, he seemed pretty solid, slow but solid.
All right, it's a solid book for you there on Saturday night. What's the obvious one?
Oh, look, you know, I'm happy with one winner, but just hope they all go well.
All right. Shane Graham, as always, appreciate the time. We'll see you trackside.
No worries, thanks.
As per normal, a big thumbs up to our drivers, Grant Dixon and Shane Graham, giving up their time and insights ahead of Saturday night's program. Time now for a good gamble. It's a meeting that's littered with short prize favourites, but I think the best comes up in race 3. Horse 7, Uncle Shank. Big quality performer pacer. He's first up here, but he's trialled really well. I know he's got the wide draw. I think he can get across and lead and take them all the way. So race 3, number 7, Uncle Shank, making him the best bet. But if you want to play the multis, it might be a good option as well. If you are gambling this weekend, please do so responsibly. Bet with your head, not over it. We'll see you trackside. 12 races at the Creek on Saturday night.